Have you ever wondered why people say, "bless you," when you sneeze? It's a common courtesy that has been around for centuries, but the origin of this phrase is not as simple as it seems. In this video, we will explore the history and meaning behind the words, "bless you," and how it has become a reflex response to someone sneezing. So, come with us as we uncover the fascinating story behind this age-old saying. The origins of saying, "bless you," when someone sneezes. Throughout history, people have developed various superstitions and beliefs around sneezing. Saying, "bless you," after someone sneezes is one of those customs that has stood the test of time. But where did it come from? One popular theory traces the origin of saying, "bless you," back to the 6th century, during the time of the bubonic plague. Sneezing was considered a symptom of the deadly disease, so when someone sneezed, it was seen as a sign that they were infected. People began saying, "bless you," as a way to ask for God's protection and ward off evil spirits that were thought to cause the illness. Another theory dates back even further, to ancient Rome. It was believed that sneezing expelled evil spirits from the body, so saying, "bless you," was a way to protect the person from being repossessed by these malevolent forces. In some cultures, saying, "bless you," when someone sneezes is a sign of respect and good manners. It is seen as a way to acknowledge the person's sneeze and show concern for their well-being. Regardless of its origins, saying, "bless you," has become deeply ingrained in our social customs. It is a reflex response to someone sneezing, an automatic expression of care and concern. Next, let's explore how different cultures around the world respond to sneezing. Different cultures and their responses to sneezing. Sneezing is a universal human experience, but the way we respond to it can vary greatly across different cultures. While saying, "bless you," may be the most common response in many English-speaking countries, it is interesting to explore the diverse reactions to sneezing around the world. In some cultures, saying, "bless you," or its equivalent is not the customary response to a sneeze. For example, in Spain, it is more common to say, "salud," which means, health. In other Spanish-speaking countries, such as Mexico and Argentina, people might say, "Jesus," as a way to acknowledge the sneeze. In Germany, the phrase, "Gesundheit," meaning, health, is used, while in Russia, the response is, "Bud zdorov," which translates to, "be healthy." In many Eastern cultures, such as China, Japan, and Korea, the response to a sneeze is not a verbal one. Instead, people might bow or cover their mouth with their hand as a gesture of politeness. In India, some people believe that a sneeze indicates the presence of a loved one or that someone is thinking about them. As a result, they may respond with a phrase like, "live long," as a way to express good wishes for the person sneezing. These diverse cultural responses to sneezing highlight the rich tapestry of human customs and traditions. While the specific words or gestures used may vary, the underlying sentiment remains the same: a desire for good health and well-being for the person who sneezes. Religious connections to saying, "bless you." Religion plays a significant role in the origins and meaning of saying, "bless you," when someone sneezes. The act of blessing has deep roots in various religious traditions, and the response to a sneeze has been influenced by these beliefs. In Christianity, the custom of saying, "bless you," can be traced back to the bubonic plague, as mentioned earlier. During this time, people believed that the soul momentarily left the body during a sneeze, leaving it vulnerable to demonic possession. Saying, "bless you," was a way to protect the person from evil spirits and ask for God's blessing and protection. In Judaism, the phrase, "God bless you," or Gesundheit, meaning health, is commonly used after a sneeze. It is believed to stem from the Talmud, which states that a sneeze can be a sign of illness or impending danger. By offering a blessing, one is invoking God's protection and well-being for the sneezer. In Islamic culture, the phrase, "Alhamdulillah," or "all praise is due to God," is often said after a sneeze. It is a way to express gratitude to God for sparing the person from harm and acknowledging that everything comes from God's will. In Hinduism, the response to a sneeze can vary depending on regional customs. Some may say, "Kushal ho," or "be well," while others may say, "Shubham," or "good fortune." These phrases are used to express good wishes for the person sneezing, seeking their well-being and happiness. The religious connections to saying, "bless you," when someone sneezes add depth and meaning to this simple phrase. It is a reminder of our interconnectedness and the desire for the blessings and well-being of others, guided by our respective faiths. Superstitions and beliefs related to sneezing. Superstitions and beliefs surrounding sneezing have existed for centuries, reflecting the diverse cultural and religious traditions that have developed over time. Many of these superstitions and beliefs center around the idea that sneezing is more than just a physical act, but rather a spiritual or metaphysical event with consequences. One common superstition is the belief that sneezing can expel evil spirits or negative energy from the body. This idea is present in ancient Roman beliefs, as well as in various cultures around the world. For example, in some African cultures, it is believed that a sneeze can expel a person's soul momentarily, making them vulnerable to possession by malevolent spirits. Saying, "bless you," or its equivalent is a way to protect the person from such spirits. In some cultures, sneezing is also seen as a sign of impending danger or bad luck. For instance, in Greek culture, it is believed that a sneeze before leaving the house is a warning sign that something negative might happen. To counteract this, Greeks often respond to a sneeze by saying, "na zisete," meaning, "may you live." This is a way to wish the person good luck and prevent any potential harm. Additionally, sneezing has been associated with a variety of beliefs and omens. In medieval Europe, for example, it was believed that sneezing 3 times in a row indicated that someone was thinking about you. In some cultures, the number of sneezes can also be significant. In Germany, it is believed that a single sneeze indicates that someone is speaking positively about you, while 2 sneezes mean that someone is criticizing you. These superstitions and beliefs related to sneezing reveal the enduring fascination humans have with understanding and interpreting the natural world around them. Whether they are rooted in religious or cultural traditions or based on personal experiences, these beliefs demonstrate our desire to find meaning in everyday occurrences like sneezing. Scientific explanations for why we say, "bless you," after a sneeze. Have you ever wondered if there's a scientific reason behind why we say, "bless you," when someone sneezes? While the origins of this phrase are rooted in superstitions and religious beliefs, there are also scientific explanations that shed light on this intriguing phenomenon. One of the primary reasons for saying, "bless you," after a sneeze is simply a reflex response. Sneezing is an involuntary action that occurs when irritants such as dust or pollen irritate the nasal passages. When we sneeze, our diaphragm contracts, our chest muscles tighten, and a burst of air is expelled through the nose and mouth. This sudden expulsion of air can be startling to others, leading them to say, "bless you," as a way to acknowledge the sneeze and offer well wishes. Additionally, sneezing is often associated with illness or the presence of germs. Saying, "bless you," after a sneeze may have originated as a way to express concern for the person's health and to offer blessings for a speedy recovery. In a way, it serves as a gesture of empathy and support. Furthermore, sneezing can also have social implications. It can be disruptive in certain situations, such as during a quiet meeting or in a library. Saying, "bless you," after a sneeze may serve as a way to break the tension and alleviate any awkwardness or discomfort caused by the sneeze. While these scientific explanations don't encompass the full history and meaning behind saying, "bless you," when someone sneezes, they provide valuable insights into the reasons behind this widespread custom. Whether rooted in superstitions, religious beliefs, or simple reflexes, saying, "bless you," after a sneeze is a fascinating social phenomenon that highlights our desire to show care and concern for others. Thanks for watching. Like and